Hey guys, I have a message to share. It's been wanting to come through for some time now. So here we go. A lot of you have been in the work very consistently, doing the healing, doing the purging, doing the shadow work, clearing, and more clearing. And I'm coming here to let you know that all your hard work is paying off. But sometimes it can feel like the problem is still presenting, it's still here. And I want you to know that it's this shift of it's no longer in your physical body. It's now shifted to being outside in the auric field, not in the physical body. You know, we have multiple layers to our auric fields, and so what's presenting now around this problem solving or problem at hand that you've been constantly working on, trying to heal, trying to release the trying energy, you're allowed to soften, because that energy is no longer within you, it's just in your field. And that could be really confusing when you're tuning in to what's in your field. It can feel like it still is in you or a part of you, and it's not. So there's a nice reassurance and there's permission to soften into an allowing when you can just acknowledge that whatever this thing is that feels like a problem that's been nagging me, that's been triggering me, is not of you. It's out here, a couple of layers out into your field, into like the mental and emotional layers, I would say. And so the new work around this is to just practice that acknowledgement. This isn't in me or of me. It's around me, like almost like noise in your field. Noise or little like energy debris or little gnats, you know? And so the work is to set the boundaries with this. When you know something isn't you, it's a lot easier to set boundaries with it, as opposed to when you're in a trigger, you're consumed by the trigger. The trigger feels like it is you. The emotions feel like they are you. The belief systems feel like they are you. And so it's really hard to get out of that or set boundaries in that and create space when there's a part of you believing that it is you and it's your identity. That's that ego. So the work around this is to reassure yourself that this isn't you. It's just like reverberations of what was, of like a version of you, but it's not the you in this now. And so that's the reassurance I'm coming with today for you. And when I soften into that in my own field, it's like whatever that noise is, it just kind of goes away. It doesn't have anything to activate or hooked into. And it's only when we keep these things active by assuming it's us and you know, letting it glom onto us and attach to it, does it stay active. But when you disengage, it'll just die off. So how I see this in the healing process is when things are dying off, they kind of move out. They move out, they release. So keep supporting the physical body, keep supporting by validating and reassuring yourself, definitely acknowledging it. Again, I'm always going to say that when you acknowledge something or lay eyes on it, it's going to put you in a place of power of stepping in or out of different ways of being to help you deal with it, as opposed to ignoring it, avoiding it, or anesthetizing over it, numbing it. So whatever problem you've been dealing with, and then the triggers at hand, just know that whatever this is, these ways of being that you've really worked hard on clearing and shedding and releasing, it's no longer you. It's no longer in your system. And it's safe to just put the do not disturb sign up. It's safe to set a boundary, something like I no longer consent to these belief systems. I no longer allow myself to hook into these belief systems. I no longer choose to step into these ways of being, right? We set those boundaries and we give ourselves choice. We drop into that observer. Instead of being in it, we're observing it, and we have a lot of choice and control from there. So whatever ways of being that you've been using to feel safe, now what it is like that only, those ways of being only gave you like the illusion of safety. So you are the safety. You've embodied the safety. So now those ways of being are just detoxing, you know, and it can be confusing to the ego. So it's a lot of practice, it's a lot of patience and compassion for the self as you parent yourself through this process. Parent the mind, parent the body, and keep going. Keep going. We need that reassurance from one another. So if I can be that for you today, that's my goal, because we didn't come here alone. We could do all this alone, but we're here together. So take the reassurance if it works for you in your personal journey. And I'm just sending you so much love. I'll see you guys soon.